Happy Sunday, everybody, and welcome back to ChumpChange Investments. I'm here holding down the fort today, and before we get into the markets, we need to start the right way. Today is Vince's birthday, so from myself and the entire ChumpChange crew, happy birthday, Vince. I can already picture him with cake in one hand and stock charts in the other, calling it rest. So if you're wondering why I'm flying solo, that's the reason. The birthday boy is off-screen celebrating, recharging, and still checking futures every 12 minutes. Now let's talk about this market, because the vibe right now is slow grind, not crash. The S&P 500 just logged another winning week up, a little over 1%, while the Nasdaq gained roughly 1.5 and 1.7%. But the Dow actually slipped about 0.5%. Which is exactly what mixed and rotational looks like. Big tech and AI-linked names are still doing a lot of the heavy lifting, yet the overall tape feels cautious. A big part of that is politics as usual. Renewed US-Iran tensions, airstrikes, and technical talks continuing even after a so-called truce, plus election year noise and higher treasury yields keeping investors on edge. Oil has actually cooled back down toward the low 70s for WTI, even as the Middle East headlines stay hot, which tells you the market is trying to price in, escalate, then negotiate, rather than full-blown chaos. You can see that tension in the individual names. NVIDIA has been trading around the 210 area after spending the past month between 189 and 217. And a lot of traders keep an eye on the 200 level as a tick spot to DCA, with the 190 zone acting as a deeper pullback area for long-term believers in the AI story. Modine has slipped about 10% over the month, moving between 235 and 247, and with a 52-week range from the mid-80s up to the low 300s. The mid-230s to low 240s have become a natural watch zone for people who like the data center and cooling infrastructure theme. Palantir continues to sit right in the middle of government contract headlines, and SOFI stays sensitive to regulatory talk around fintech and lending. Names that can move quickly when political noise picks up, but also benefit when the market leans back toward growth and innovation. And this is exactly the kind of environment where the ChumpChange mindset matters. Slow, noisy, politically messy markets are not the time to run from the fight. They're the time to run toward the fire and load up on great names you truly understand and love. That might mean having your own pre-planned levels where you DCA into NVDA, mod, or your favorite data, fintech, or infrastructure plays when they come back to prices you've already decided to make sense for your strategy. Of course, we cannot tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. This show is for education and entertainment only, and every move you make is your responsibility. But history is pretty clear. Some of the best entries show up when headlines are loud, price action looks tired, and fundamentals and long-term themes, AI, data, infrastructure, quality growth, are still very much alive. So, on behalf of Vince, myself, and the entire ChumpChange family, thank you all for spending part of your Sunday with us. We appreciate you more than you know, and we're grateful you choose to grow with this community week after week. I hope today brings you clarity, confidence, and a little bit of courage in your financial journey. So have a blessed and financially successful week ahead, and we will see you on the next one.